Hey guys, it's your girl Sarah here. Today, as you can see, I am wearing my Eminem t-shirt. I got this at Hot Topic. Do not judge me. So obviously today we're going to be talking about Eminem. I'm thinking of making this kind of a series on my channel, talking about all things Eminem, shit like that. If you like that idea, please let me know in the comments down below and give this video a big thumbs up if you want me to keep doing this. Anyway. Okay, so as I'm sure you've already figured out based on the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about one of the lowest points in the career of Eminem, his arrest in June of 2000. For the record, I am just reporting what I found regarding this event, and of course, this is not a hate video towards Eminem or anyone involved with him or this event in particular. I will be giving my opinion throughout the video, but I was not there, so I can't say 100% this is actually what happened for sure, because again, whatever. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Now, this all started on June 3rd of 2000. Actually, this whole event happened that night, like the night of June 3rd, 2000. Let's just get into it. Around 5 p.m., Douglas Dale, who at that time was either an associate for the Insane Clown Posse or an employee at their label, Psychopathic Records, he was in the parking lot outside a Mickey Shore car stereo store in Detroit. Eminem, who actually at that time released the Marshall Mathers LP about 2 weeks before this happened, he drove by the parking lot in his car. Okay, here's the thing. But first, before we continue on with this, let's get some background context for a minute. Now, listen, Eminem and the Insane Clown Posse, I don't know if you know who the Insane Clown Posse is, but both Eminem and the Insane Clown Posse have been, at that point in the year 2000, feuding since 1997. So this is before Eminem actually even released the album that made him famous, which was the Slim Shady LP. This is before he became a household name in 1999. And basically, they were feuding a lot. I do know that they have released diss tracks about each other throughout the early 2000s. With ICP, the Insane Clown Posse song Slim Anus, which is a parody for My Name Is, which is Eminem's first single. And of course, there was a song called Nothing But a Bitch Thang, and that's thang, not thing, as in THANG. And in that song, they called Eminem gay and a bitch. Wow, I don't really enjoy this Insane Clown Posse. I mean, it's just not my thing, to be honest. And of course, Eminem released his own diss tracks towards the Insane Clown Posse with Marshall Mathers, Please Don't Hate Me, Cherry Pie, and My Homie Baby Mama. All of which are featured on the aforementioned Marshall Mathers LP, which sold 1.76 million, that's a million with an M, copies in its first week being on the shelves, making it the fastest selling rap album in history. No one has topped that record since. I don't know if they have. And at that time, it was also the fastest selling album by a solo artist in any genre. Of course, that was until 2015 with Adele's album, but that's a whole other story. So it's actually fair to say that ICP and Eminem basically at that point hated each other. I mean, they since kind of ended the feud in 2005, but again, that's another story. So yeah, back to the story we're talking about. Apparently, as Eminem drove by that parking lot, Douglas Dale, the associate or employee or whatever, I don't know, and started to verbally provoke him. Of course, Dale denies this. He denies he said anything to provoke Eminem, but I don't know, I wasn't there. Regardless, Eminem got out of his car, came up to Dale and asked, "What'd you say to me?" Like that, I don't know, that's horrible, horrible accent. Eminem then pulled out a gun from his car and yelled, "I'll kill you, I'll shoot you." And for the record, the gun was not loaded. At that time, according to witness testimony, Eminem actually had the gun pointed at the ground, not at Dale. So he wasn't pointing the gun at Dale, he was pointing it at the ground. Okay, so after Eminem left the scene, Dale actually called the police. I don't know what happened after that. But before you think this night's over, fasten your seatbelts. It's about to get even crazier. After the incident with Dale, Eminem, who actually reportedly was suspecting his wife, he was still married to Kim at that time. They had not divorced yet. They were still supposedly happily married at that time. They were still together. He suspected she was cheating on him. I mean, she did admit to this in interviews that she did cheat on him, but that he was also cheating on her, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is another story. Anyway, he went to the house of a friend named Gary Kozlowski. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Let's just call him Gary. So around 2 a.m., he and Gary drove to Hot Rocks Cafe in the nearby town of Warren, Michigan. This is another town from where the incident was, which was in Detroit. I don't know. Of course, reportedly, Eminem knew Kim was hanging out there, so I don't know what his intentions were going there. I don't know if he did suspect she was cheating on him, but I don't know if he was going there to confront her about it, to see if he could catch her in the act. I don't know. But here's what happened. When they got there, he saw Kim, who again was still his wife at that time. They were still married. Like, they weren't even separated. They were actually like living together in the same house with their kids. He saw her kissing a bouncer, which actually named John Guerrera. So as any normal human being would do when seeing their significant other kissing another person, Eminem, of course, went berserk, no pun intended. He jumped out of the car, pointed the gun, the same gun used that he pointed at the ground in the Dale case, like hours before this happened, again, which is again unloaded. He pointed it at Guerrera's head and threatened to kill him. Anyway, he didn't shoot the gun, but he did get into a physical altercation with Guerrera. There was like a lot of physical fighting going on. Because why wouldn't there be? He saw his wife kissing this guy. Obviously, I don't know if he kissed back. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. Whatever. Anyway, when the police arrived at the scene, Gary, the friend who was in the car with Eminem when, of course, they saw Kim kissing Guerrera, showed the officers the gun, which had actually fell on the ground in the midst of the physical fight and physical altercation. Listen, I don't know what Gary told the officers. I didn't find anything on what he told the officers. All I know is that he showed them the gun. And my only theory, like, this is a theory, I don't know if this actually happened or not, but my theory is that he actually did tell the officers the gun was his, so he could take the heat for what was going on and get off the hook, which is a nice thing to do. But again, I don't know what happened. I've never been in that situation. I wasn't there, so whatever. I have to keep reminding you of that. Anyway, so after Gary showed the officers the gun, Eminem, of course, I don't know if he was already stopped fighting Guerrera at that time, or he was still in the fight and then stopped. I don't know. He told the officers that the gun was his. After that, both Gary and Eminem were subsequently arrested. And, get this, as a final blow to that night, Kim, she was actually arrested that exact same night for, quote, disturbing the peace, after she insulted the officers who were already arresting her husband. So, talk about a wild and crazy night. So yeah, that was the June 2000 arrest of Eminem. If you want me to talk about the trial and the aftermath of that night, please give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I make new videos every single Sunday. I'll see you all next week. Until then, be smart, be kind, be cool. Mwah. Bye!